Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news. There's some serious buzz swirling around the Detroit Lions right now, and it's all about a potential blockbuster move that could reshape the NFC North and, more importantly, give Detroit an even bigger edge as they gear up for a deep playoff run. Rumors are swirling that the San Francisco 49ers, currently sitting at a 5-6 record, might be considering a bold trade involving one of their star tight ends, George Kittle. And boy, would that send shockwaves through the league. Now I know what you're thinking, Kittle. That's a game changer for any offense, and if Detroit can land him, it could elevate the Lions' chances significantly. Let's back up a bit and look at the big picture. The 49ers, after a rough stretch that saw their defense leak points at an alarming rate, giving up an average of 25. 6 points per game, are in rebuild mode. They're trying to find their footing after a slump, especially with Brock Purdy facing some inconsistency. They've got some cap space, about $18 million free, but with the looming extension of Deebo Samuel and the need to bolster their edge rush and wide receiver core, they're looking at tough choices. According to sources, the 49ers might be willing to send Kittle, a proven weapon and a fan favorite, to Detroit in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. This move makes sense for San Francisco. They're eyeing future assets, especially since they're also considering extending Christian McCaffrey, which could tighten their cap even more. Now let's talk about Kittle himself. He's a beast on the field, an all-pro tight end drafted back in 2017, and in his 9 seasons, he's established himself as one of the league's most dynamic playmakers. His stats are impressive: 490 receptions for over 500 yards, averaging 13. 3 yards per catch with 40 touchdowns. He's known for his excellent yards after catch, averaging 6.2 yards per reception, and his contested catches rate hovers around 50%. He's a versatile threat, capable of lining up in different positions and creating mismatches all over the field. His blocking is top-notch too, which makes him invaluable in the run game, and his route running is as explosive as they come. Kittle's PFF grade in 2024 is an impressive 90.0, reflecting his high-level play this season despite battling a shoulder injury that limited him to just 1 game in Week 3. When healthy, he's a nightmare for defenses, especially in the red zone, where he scored 25 touchdowns. And here's the kicker: if the Lions acquire Kittle, the impact could be enormous. His presence would create mismatches against linebackers and safeties, opening up the middle of the field for Jared Goff and the Lions' offense. Imagine Kittle running those seam routes, drawing linebackers deep, and freeing up Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs underneath. The chemistry he could develop with Goff would be a nightmare for defenses. His ability to stretch the field and make contested catches would elevate Detroit's red zone efficiency, potentially boosting their touchdowns in critical moments. Plus, with the Lions already featuring tight end Sam Laporta, who's been solid all season before going on IR, adding Kittle would give Detroit a true tight end duo that could rival any in the league. From a strategic perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. The Lions are currently sitting in a prime position, battling for playoff seeding, and if they can add a player of Kittle's caliber, that could push them over the top. Their offense, which already ranks among the best in the league, would get a serious boost in explosiveness and consistency. The chemistry between Goff and the tight end position has been a highlight this season, and Kittle would only amplify that. His ability to win contested catches, draw penalties, and make big plays in clutch moments aligns perfectly with Detroit's playoff ambitions. Moreover, with the Lions' offensive line providing solid protection and their run game complementing the pass, adding a dynamic tight end like Kittle would make their offense nearly unstoppable. But let's not forget the strategic calculus from the 49ers' side. They're reportedly eyeing picks to rebuild their roster, especially on the defensive front and at wide receiver. The cap situation and the extension of key players like Deebo Samuel mean they need to make tough choices. Sending Kittle away in this scenario could free up cap space and draft capital to focus on their rebuild. It's a classic case of a team trying to reset and retool for the future, even if it means parting ways with a fan favorite and a player as talented as Kittle. Now, what would this mean for the Lions? Well, first off, it would give Detroit a significant mismatch weapon. Comparing Kittle to other tight ends in the league, his route efficiency, yards after catch, and red zone production make him a true difference maker. When you add his stats, like his 52% contested catch rate and an average of 11, 5 yards down the field or a separation rate of 84%, it's clear he's a player who can win at all levels of the field. His presence would also help alleviate some of the pressure on Goff, especially in third and long situations, where Kittle's ability to make tough catches can keep drives alive. Furthermore, the analytical side of things shows that the Lions' red zone efficiency could improve by around 20% with Kittle on board. His ability to draw coverage and create space would open up opportunities for other receivers, and his blocking would help Goff stay upright against aggressive pass rushers. His run-blocking grade of 85.5 and the fact that he's on the field for roughly 65% of snaps mean he's an all-around threat, someone who can do everything on offense. The synergy between Goff and Kittle could be the kind of upgrade that pushes Detroit from a playoff team into serious Super Bowl contenders. Looking ahead, the odds for Detroit to win Super Bowl LXI are already favorable, but acquiring Kittle could push those odds even lower, potentially from plus 1,200 to plus 700. This would mirror what we saw with the Bengals after Higgins got injured, where the team's chances dropped, but then surged once they adjusted their attack. Kittle's clutch performance and big play ability, drawing an EPA of plus 0.30 on key plays, would be a game-changer in the playoffs, especially in high-pressure moments. Of course, skepticism exists. The 49ers might hold on to Kittle if they believe they can turn things around and make a playoff push. And Detroit would have to give up a first-round pick, which is always a gamble. But given the Lions' current trajectory, their offensive efficiency, and the need for a dynamic playmaker, this trade could be the kind of move that defines their season and possibly their entire franchise legacy. In conclusion, the potential landing of George Kittle in Detroit isn't just a fantasy. It's a calculated move that could elevate the Lions into the elite tier of NFL teams. It's about creating mismatches, boosting explosiveness, and building a roster that can compete at the highest level. The Lions have been building this core for years, and now, with a move like this, they might just be on the cusp of something historic. Fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities. The Lions could be adding a player who not only makes the team better, but helps solidify their position as a true Super Bowl contender for years to come. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Kittle trade? Do you think it's a move that could put Detroit over the top, or are you hesitant about giving up a first-round pick? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. Because the best is yet to come, and with moves like this on the horizon, it's shaping up to be a thrilling season.